What is going on, everybody? Joey Talks Boxing. I want to talk about the David Benavidez Demetrius Andrade fight. I'm going to talk about each fight of the 4 fights on the main card individually because they were all notable and they all could have a separate video. But first, I'm going to start with the main event. David Benavidez, this was the best I've seen him look. Andrade came out, did well in the first round. The first round was like back and forth. I gave it to David Benavidez, but it was close. Andrade closed it out with that fast combination, and you saw some of that speed. You know, you saw some of the reflexes that Andrade has. Andrade's a reflex fighter. Paulie Malignaggi talked about this years ago. He is a fighter who he fights off reflexes. Showed that in the first round. Second round, Andrade did really well. Third round, it was a little bit closer. And David Benavidez, he has a look on his face sometimes when like the other guy's doing well, which is like, okay, what do I do now? But to David Benavidez's credit, he never panicked. He stayed true to himself, stayed in the game, followed the guy. I would have liked to see him do a little bit better in terms of cutting off the ring, but he was on all over him. And I think what gets overlooked is Benavidez, he has better defense than people give credit for. And Steve Bredman Edwards talked about this in the pre-fight on the the basic card, whatever you call it, not the pay-per-view card. He talked about it. He has a very good high guard. He has long arms, and he blocks a lot of punches like that. I'm not saying it's Shakur Stevenson, you know, top-tier Canelo-like defense. No, it's not. But it's better than people give it credit. And boxing's not all as much as a hit and don't get hit. It's don't get hit with enough punches, land enough punches. That's the philosophy that David Benavidez uses. Phenomenal combination punching, phenomenal overhand straight right that hit Andrade, dropped him at the end of the fourth, and then he was just teeing off in rounds 5 and 6. Andrade was fighting his heart out. He showed everything he could do. He really fought hard, but you're talking about a guy who's a 154 pounder, then 160, then 168. And like I said, he's a 35-year-old fighter who was a reflex fighter. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, 35. Crawford's 35. Lomachenko's 35. Usyk's 36. It's different. He's a reflex fighter. And it's just a shame that Andrade will be most known for this because, to me, a few years ago, he really would have given Canelo a really hard fight at 160. I think at 68, he's not strong enough. But I think at 54 and 60, he could have really given him because he is a really good reflex fighter. He is really refined. He has lateral movement. He throws a good uppercut, jabs well to the body. He's a really good fighter. I think a better fighter than Caleb Plant in a pound-for-pound thing. Not at 168, but just in a pound-for-pound scale. You know, Plant, he has the shoulder roll, and he has good upper body movement, maybe a little bit better than Andrade. But I like Andrade's footwork better. I like Andrade's lateral movement. I like Andrade's jab more. He has an inside game. I just think Andrade, his career will be looked back at and people won't appreciate it because he was really a good fighter. And you saw early in that fight how he is a really good fighter. But David Benavidez is just too much. The monster. You know, after the fight, Andrade, he was kind of in good sport, but he wasn't at the same time. He was like, oh, he's just big. He's not so skilled. People don't understand that combination punching is a skill. Inside fighting is a skill. Placement, punch placement. Benavidez was tremendous. I love the body shots. I love the uppercuts, the left hooks. He threw a hard straight right, the overhand rights. He uses so many different angles. The guy is a terrific fighter, and this was his best performance I've seen in his career. After the fight, David Benavidez, he comes out there and he, greets Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was in the crowd. Obviously, Mike Tyson gave him the name, the Mexican Monster, and it was fitting. And he called out Canelo after the fight, and to me, it's like, let's go, baby. These are clearly the 2 top guys at 168. What are we wasting our time with? So great performance by David Benavidez, the best he's ever looked. And that fight with Canelo looks like a great fight for May of next year. And that's what it comes down to. David Benavidez showed out, phenomenal performance. People were talking about the weight being an issue before the fight. Didn't seem like an issue. Credit to both guys. They put on a good fight. The card was good overall. This is the last fight on Showtime Boxing pay-per-view for a pay-per-view fight because they have Showtime after this. I think is they're having a fight on December 16th. I don't remember who's fighting. But, yeah, this was a good way to end. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.